Here I am in my local art shop and I was looking at the Linnell gouache tubes, and I thought I'd film a quick little video just to show you a little bit about what I see. Also to help you understand why I choose certain colours and there's other colours I basically would stay away from. So here we have the Linnell gouache color chart, and you're going to see that it's actually fairly small. But to be perfectly honest, there's a lot of good base colors. I'm not really interested in the mixed colors anyway. So here you have some blues. Let's just have a quick look at cobalt blue. That's PB28 on the color index. You've got 3 stars, so it's a very permanent color and it's pure. That's a really nice blue, and I have got that one. It's a beautiful cobalt blue. I have to admit, it's my favorite cobalt blue. Just next to it we've got blue Rex. Blue Rex is an interesting one. It's basically an ultramarine blue, PB29, with a little bit of white in it. If we have a look at the cerulean blue hue, which is just next to it, you're going to see that although it's interesting, it basically is a phthalo blue red shade with some white in it. So you're going to see that in the gouache ranges, a lot of the colors are mixed with white, often with white. But honestly, you can just get the color pure and then you can add some white if you want it. That way you can have it with or without. So I don't actually get the mixed colors. I do have an ultramarine blue, a cobalt blue, and they're my favorite blues. I do like the Japanese yellow. I think the Japanese yellow is particularly nice. When you've got 3 stars, the color is more permanent. So you're going to see in the yellows and the blues, most of them are permanent. A couple of them are a little bit less so. I have Japanese yellow, which is nice. I also use the Prussian orange and the Prussian red. I think they're also very nice. You're going to find that they're very strong colors. They're beautifully saturated, so they're vibrant. In all cases, they can all be used transparent or they can be used more opaque. So you really do have a very, very broad spectrum to be able to play with rather than just using transparent colors, which I find that particularly interesting, and I use that very often. Because when you're wanting a strong color, but to be perfectly honest, a strong color in gouache is far more effective than a strong color in watercolor. As you can see here in the purples and the pinks, most of them are less permanent. So I wouldn't even go down this route. I mean, you can see the equivalent here of opera rose is just very, very, very unstable. So that wouldn't even be worth considering if you sell your paintings. If basically your paintings are paintings, not just let's just say storyboards that you use to print a book or to make a design, but it is actually the finished product, which is what you're aiming to keep, and in that case you're wanting permanent paints. So I would move away from any unstable pinks and purples. The green that I prefer is the cobalt green. The cobalt green is a beautiful color. It's very rich, it's very dark, it's amazing to make dark values. Again, you can use them whenever and how you like. When it comes to the whites, you're going to see that there's 3 whites. My white, which I always use, is the super covering white, because it is the most opaque. So although there are 2 whites in the watercolor ranges, I prefer white gouache because I just find it far more effective when I want coverage or when I want to create basically mix my white with another color to create extra body. I prefer a heavier white than a watercolor white, so it's the Linnell which I choose as well. There you go. So that was me shopping today. I've got a couple of tubes and now I'm going back and I'll paint. Happy painting.